JDev is back at it, here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 3 episode review video. In fact, my final Season 3 episode review video is the season finale of Season 3. But before I get into that, it's extremely important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, to pay attention to the episode title. I'll put that title in the description if that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up. I recommend that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 3, episode number 16, the season finale of Season 3. The title of this episode is called Welcome to the Tombs. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, I've seen this episode a bunch of times, reviewing it for the channel, as well as I'm reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead is going to be the final season of the main Walking Dead show. However, that's not going to be the end of the Walking Dead story. So, at Woodbury, the governor drags Milton into the torture room where Andrea is still handcuffed to the dental chair. The governor beats up Milton after learning he burnt the Walker pits and betrayed him. The governor offers Milton a knife and tells him he can get back into his good graces by killing Andrea. But Milton turns and tries to kill the governor instead. And I mean turn as in turning around, not turns into a walker. The governor then grabs the knife and stabs Milton several times, fatally wounding him. He leaves Milton to die, expecting him to actually turn into a walker and kill Andrea. The governor then goes to join the army of men ready to attack the prison. Tyrese informs the governor he and Sasha will stay behind to protect the women and children of Woodbury, as they only kill walkers, not humans. The governor, after a moment, agrees and gives Tyrese an automatic weapon and thanks him. At the prison, Rick and the group pack up supplies in cars. Rick is still seeing hallucinations of Lori again. Getting tired of that story, making him question his judgment. Michonne finds Rick and forgives him for his decision to try and turn her over to the governor and his decision to bring her into their group. Rick admits it was Carl's choice, believing she belonged there. Elsewhere, Daryl talks through his grief of losing his brother Merle with Carol. She reminds him that Merle gave them a chance against the governor because he took out a bunch of governor's men. Later, a small army from Woodbury arrives at the prison. They use their heavy weapons to break through the outer walls and breach the fences with their vehicles. The prison outside of Walker's appears empty. As they search the cell blocks, they find a Bible left by Herschel, open to a highlighted passage, John 5:29, and shall come forth that they have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. The governor angrily tosses the book aside and orders his men to search the tombs, the maze of hallways within the prison. However, Rick and the others are hiding in the tombs and ambush the governor and his men, who flee in a confused panic. The Woodbury army retreats from the prison, ignoring the governor's orders to hold their ground and reattack. A young man from the Woodbury group escapes on foot and runs into Carl, Beth, and Herschel, who were waiting out the attack in the woods on the perimeter of the prison. Now, Herschel and Carl hold the man at gunpoint, and Herschel demands the young man hand over his weapon. As he slowly complies with Herschel's demand, Carl unexpectedly and deliberately shoots the man in cold blood. That was brutal. Some distance from the prison, the governor catches up to the fleeing convoy and orders them to return to the prison. When they insist on returning to Woodbury, the governor just proceeds to kill them all, because he likes to kill them all, including Alan. He only leaves alive his lieutenants, Martinez and Schumpert, though he is unaware that Karen has actually hidden herself under a body to avoid being killed. I think that's because that person was shot and that person fell on top of Karen, I believe. And then the governor, Martinez, and Schumpert, or Shump I think they call him sometimes, drive off. Now, in Woodbury, Tyrese warns Sasha that they may need to slip away before the governor's return. Milton tries to regain consciousness long enough to help Andrea escape and tells her that he left a pair of pliers on the floor behind her. She could use them to break the handcuffs restraining her to the chair. Andrea reaches back with her right foot and tries to pull the pliers forward. And then at the prison again, Herschel tells Rick about Carl's execution of the surrendering Woodbury man and explains in no certain terms Carl gunned him down. Rick, Michonne, and Daryl leave to chase down the governor, fearing he may attack again. And actually, I want to speak on one thing. Rick has a talking to with Carl where he's like, you gunned this poor kid down. He was surrendering, and Carl's like, I didn't shoot Dale's walker, and then I didn't shoot the walker that I found in the swamp, and he killed Dale. You didn't kill Andrew, and Andrew killed Mom, so I didn't want to leave anything to chance. That was powerful shit by Carl, I must say. But anyway, so Rick, Daryl, and Michonne lead to chase down the governor, fearing he may attack again, while the others guard the prison. These three discover the Woodbury convoy and find Karen hiding in a truck, who explains what happened. They continue to Woodbury and engage in a firefight with Tyrese and Sasha until Karen speaks up and explains what she saw. Tyrese allows the group to come in, and Rick realizes that Andrea never returned to the prison. The group quickly searches Woodbury and finds the torture room. They find Milton dead, but it is quickly becoming clear that Milton turned and bit Andrea before she could kill his turned body, presumably by stabbing him through the brain with pliers somehow, some way. I'm not sure how that would work out, but that's the only weapon she had in that room. So Rick, Michonne, and Daryl sit with Andrea briefly with her impending turn inevitable, and of course from Milton's bite. And then Rick tells her that everyone is safe at the prison, and Andrea is glad that Michonne has found Rick's group. Andrea insists she kill herself, and in an effort to reconcile her decision to stay with the governor, tells Rick, I just didn't want anyone else to die. Rick puts his revolver in his hand and waits in the hallway with Daryl and Michonne, and then Michonne refuses to leave Andrea, and while Rick and Daryl wait somberly in the hall, Andrea shoots herself behind the closed door of the torture room and dies. So that's unfortunate for Andrea. And then Rick's group returns to the prison with Andrea's body to give her a proper burial. They are followed by a school bus of remaining Woodbury residents, including Tyrese and Sasha. They're going to join us, Rick tells Carl. Rick looks up at the prison catwalk where Laura previously appeared as a hallucination and sees she is no longer there, implying the acceptance of the Woodbury refugees reestablished a connection of humanity he strayed from during the conflict with the governor. So that was the end of season 3. I did not like this episode. It's not horrible, but as a finale episode, it didn't really do much at all. They killed Andrea really out of nowhere, and there's more about that with, the writer or the head writer or the showrunner for season 3. The governor just kind of goes off. You don't know what happened to the governor. The battle at the prison was very lackluster indeed. I'm going to give the episode a 7.7 out of 10. It still had good moments, but I feel they could have done so much more with this. In fact, this should have been what season 4 episode 8 was, Too Far Gone. Now that was a battle. So as far as the character of the episode, I mean, there's no really one person that stood out, in my opinion, but I'm going to give it to Carl because of the thing where he's like, I let the walker I found in the swamp live, he killed Dale, you let Andrew live, and he killed Mom, and I didn't want to leave anything to chance, sort of thing. And he was a badass. He shot that kid because He didn't want to leave. He didn't want anything to happen. So Carl was awesome. Actually, Carl was pretty awesome this season. It sucks that Andrea died, but what are you going to do? What happened to the governor? Well, we'll find out. That was interesting. They should have wrapped that up or had something bigger happen. So that's what I think of the episode. Now it's time for me to hear what you have to say. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you love this series and really like Season 3, go ahead and smash that like button. Even if you didn't think Season 3 was that great, but you're a fan of The Walking Dead, still smash it, and then have all your friends smash it. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in listening or watching these videos, go ahead and share the video with anybody you want, and then let them know to share it with anybody else that they want to. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments section. You can talk about your favorite characters of Walking Dead, your favorite episodes, or you can focus specifically on this episode, your character of the episode, your score of the episode, your favorite moment. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to this channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.